Hello everyone, here I am, back to film another video for you. After months of receiving hundreds of requests to film more videos, I've decided to come back to the tube and spew my knowledge all over you like fucking word vomit. I'm honestly really surprised because I find myself super fucking awkward and not entertaining, but you guys requested, so here I am. Today I am filming in a boring classroom. I'm sorry about this background. I'm in my classroom. I wanted to film outside in the beautiful wilderness because the weather has been so nice, but the wind has no fucking chill. Like, I was sitting out there and my hair was like blowing away around like a fucking tornado. The seagulls were literally like attacking my face, so I was like, gotta go inside. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jordan. I lost 130 pounds last year through healthy eating and dieting, and I documented my entire journey on my weight loss account, Instagram account, which is @JordanShrinks. So yeah, let's get into the video. I just realized I didn't even tell you what the fucking video is on, so that's a great start. Today I'm going to be talking about how I stay motivated in weight loss. I have received this question so many times. How I stay motivated, how I stay dedicated to exercise, to healthy eating, everything along those lines. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Before I get started, I just have to quickly say this. If you are not a fan of swearing or sarcasm or any of that stuff, you need to leave. Because I have a swearing problem and I swear a lot. And if it's going to offend you, just fuck off. So I have written all of my notes on this document. If you see me looking at them, it's because I literally had to write a fucking script for this video because I'm so awkward that I cannot just talk naturally. It's pathetic. So before even getting into my 7 tips to stay motivated in weight loss, I wanted to quickly differentiate between how I perceive motivation and habit. It is my opinion that you genuinely only have to be motivated for like a month in weight loss, and after a month, your motivation will just turn into a good habit. So what I mean by this is when I first started losing weight, it took me a lot to get up in the morning and like go to the gym, or it took me a lot to eat a healthy meal over like a chocolate brownie, which I still eat a lot of chocolate brownies, but whatever. I mean, it just took a lot of effort and it wasn't easy for me, and I wanted to give up and I wanted to be a lazy piece of shit, but I pushed through. Today, however, like this is not something I experienced. So after a while of getting up and going through with it and kind of like creating this routine for my body, it actually became something that I craved. So now, today, it is harder for me to not exercise than it is to exercise. And what I mean by that is if I do not exercise, I am very grumpy. I feel like shit. So I know that I need to exercise. I find a lot of pleasure in exercising. I find a lot of pleasure in running in the morning. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel energized. It helps me sleep easier at night. So that's what I mean when I say that you only have to stay motivated for a while until it turns into a healthy habit. So once you develop this healthy habit, you are not going to struggle anymore to like wake up or eat healthy. In the grand scheme of things, obviously you are still going to experience times where you don't want to do it, but they come much less frequently. Okay, on to my advice for how to stay motivated. Fucking get ready because I'm about to spew a bunch of knowledge all over you. So tip number 1, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but I have 7 tips. 7. So tip number 1 is to make a list of reasons why you are doing what you are doing. So why you are losing weight, why you are getting healthier. This is something I did when I first started losing weight. I actually wrote a list in my phone of all the reasons why I wanted to lose weight. And the reason why I did this is because one, it legitimized them, like it put it in, like into concrete terms where I could actually view why I wanted to lose weight, but it also gave me a reference point that I could look back on and remind myself of why I wanted to lose weight. So if I ever felt like unmotivated, I could go to this list and reread it and be like, oh yeah, that's why I'm doing this. So for example, I had a lot of things on my list, ranging from like health concerns to more like self-confidence concerns. So in terms of health, I wrote all the symptoms that I had that resembled symptoms of diabetes. Because if you watched my last video, you know that I was very paranoid about being diabetic, of giving myself type 2 diabetes. So that is something that I wrote on my list. All of the symptoms that I had that associated with diabetes were written. So like the dark neck or constant urination, like all these things I was experiencing, I wrote that in a list so I could remind myself why I was prioritizing my health. My list also included things that had to do with self-confidence. So the ones that come to mind when I think about it, unfortunately I don't have the list anymore because last May I lost my phone because I killed it with my boob sweat. Yeah, from what I can remember, these are the two main ones. The first was I just had written bridesmaids dresses, and this is so funny. I remember this so clearly because I had a panic attack one night. Like, this is when I was still obese, so I was 22 at the time. And I was like, oh my God, my friends are going to start getting married. People are going to start asking me to be in their wedding parties. And there was honestly nothing more mortifying that I could think of than being asked to be a bridesmaid in a friend's wedding and then not fitting into the bridesmaid's dress. Like, it was like, the thought of it haunted me. And it got worse when I thought about, like, the complications of it. Like, envision this. Like, this is what I envisioned happening to me, and this is why I was so paranoid. I pictured, like, we all go out bridesmaid shopping and it's so fun. Oh my God, like, yay, girl time, like, so much fun. And then my friend finds like the perfect bridesmaid dress and she's like, oh my God, this is the one that I envisioned for my wedding. This is the one that I want all my friends to be dressed in. And then I was just like, what if this dress is not available in plus sizes? It's literally giving me anxiety just thinking about it right now. Like, your fucking friend finds the dress of her dreams for her bridesmaids and she cannot pick it because you're too fat. Oh my God, it's literally giving me anxiety right now. So yeah, that was like a huge motivator for me, was being able to fit in a bridesmaid's dress, which I know seems so shallow and so ridiculous, but honestly, this is the stuff that motivated me. And then the other one that I remember really well is fitting in airplane and roller coaster seats. So I was so paranoid of flying when I was larger because I was afraid that I wouldn't, one, fit in the seat, or two, that I would need a seatbelt extender, because that to me is just really embarrassing. And I'm not trying to bash anyone who needs these things, just to make this clear. It's just, for me, I knew that would put me in a really like compromising position where I felt like a piece of shit. That was another thing I'd written in my list, just to remind myself that I do not want to deal with these grievances in the future, so might as well lose weight now. Tip number 2 is to use reminders on your phone. So this one kind of ties in with the list idea, but this is more of, I guess, a tool to get yourself in the routine of actually reading your list. What I mean by using reminders in your phone is, like, go into your phone, right, and on the iPhone and all the Samsungs, like every phone will have this, you have the option to put in a reminder, and you can make this reminder occur whenever you want throughout the week. So currently, I still do this to this day. I have a reminder set on my phone for 6 a.m. every single day to read, I guess, a list. So I have developed a new list. This one does not have to do with weight loss. It has to do more with like controlling my eating. For example, this is going to sound shallow as fuck again. Like, I've been pretty vocal about it on Instagram, but like the past few months, I've had a really hard time with binge eating. Like, I've just been eating everything. I've been gaining a lot of weight. I've been losing that weight, and it's just kind of been like yo-yo, like, for my weight. In this list, I have some, like, I've written things that remind me of why I'm not going to binge eat that day. So on the more shallow side, I have like bathing suit, like wanting to look a certain way in the summer. But then I also have more important things, like the health consequences of binge eating, like what that does to your stomach, the possibility of like a ruptured stomach from overeating. Like, I have a bunch of things written in this list that just help remind me why I'm not going to binge eat that day. And I read that every morning, which seems kind of pathetic. Yeah, like stomach ache. So whenever I fucking binge eat, especially on sugary food, I get this terrible stomach ache. Like, absolutely terrible. The first time I got it, I thought I was gonna die. And it happens every single time. And every single time, like, the stomach ache is happening, I'm like, I'm never gonna binge eat again. But then the stomach ache goes away. I pass out from pain. And it goes away, and then I, like, forget. Oh, tip number 3 is to prioritize your health. This is something that if you follow me on Instagram, you know I talk about a lot, and that is prioritizing your health over the way you look. Once you get in the mindset of losing weight to reach a certain level of health, it is going to be a lot harder for you to give up on yourself than when you are like aiming for a certain body image, if that makes sense. When you lose weight for your health, you're in a completely different mindset. You want to lose weight to be healthier. You want to be stronger. You want to be faster. You don't want, like, you're not driven by shallow reasons. And, like, I'm not trying to say that wanting to look a certain way is shallow, because, like, that's not the case. What I'm saying is that weight loss is so much more than looking a certain way or fitting into a certain shirt or a certain pair of jeans. Like, it is about literally improving your life or your well-being and being able to do things that you can't do overweight, or being able to live longer, or being able to see things or experience things that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So that's why I say prioritizing your health, because I, many times in my past, gave up on a perceived image of like what I wanted to look like. But this time, the first time I actually prioritized my health is like the only time I never gave up. Tip number 4 is to set small and achievable goals. So if you go back in my Instagram, you'll see that I actually set weekly goals. So I'd be like, I want to lose 3 pounds this week. I want to lose 2 pounds. I want to lose 4 pounds. Like whatever my goal was that week, I would make it more achievable. Like I would make it a weekly goal instead of like an overarching goal. Because I mean, in retrospect, like you have to look at where I've come from. Like there's no way at 300 pounds that I would have looked at wanting to lose 140 pounds and been like, yeah, that's fucking easy. Like that is so overwhelming. So unbelievably overwhelming. And I feel like if I focused on 140 pounds, I would have given up. I mean, I think we can all agree that that seems really unattainable. I mean, obviously it's not. Obviously it can be done. But when you're looking at the big picture of losing 140 pounds, it seems impossible. And I think that is really discouraging to a lot of people, and that's why I recommend setting small and achievable goals. Because like when you achieve small goals, it encourages you to keep going. So let's say I did lose that 3 pounds that week. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna smash my goal next week. Another thing I did in terms of small goals is I actually used to buy clothes that were too small, and it would make them like my goal clothes. So again, if you go back in my Instagram, you will see that I have a lot of posts being like, I can't wait until I can wear this. I can't wait until I lose enough weight to look good in this, blah, 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 blah. And I did that a lot. So like for example, I started as a size 3X, and I think the first goal thing I bought was a 1X, and then I did XL, and then I did large, and then I did medium. And that's just kind of a fun thing to do as well. Like there's no better feeling than buying something that did not fit you and then being able to wear it. It is the best fucking feeling. Who loves my shirt? It says, I put the fun in funeral. How appropriate. Okay, so tip number 5, and this tip is very important in my humble opinion. I know it is something that a lot of people struggle with, and that is to cut toxic people out of your life. So people who do not want to see you succeed. Unfortunately, this is something a lot of people deal with. There are people out there who are not going to want you to lose weight for whatever reason. Those people do not have your best interest in heart. Those people somehow benefit from you being a certain size, or you being larger than them, or you being, large in general, and you need to cut those people out. Those people are snakes. They are going to do more harm than good. And I know it's really hard to cut people out, but if people do not want to see you grow, if people do not want to see you become healthier, to succeed, then they don't deserve your time, honestly. You deserve better, and you need to cut them. Okay, so tip number 6. Tip number 6 is to tell someone you want to lose weight, or tell someone about your goals. The reason I recommend this as a tip to maintain weight loss or to stay motivated is because you are in a different mindset in weight loss when someone knows that you're trying to lose weight. So when you tell someone that you want to lose weight, you are suddenly accountable to that person, or you know that person is watching, or you know that person is rooting for you or relying on you to lose this weight. It can be very beneficial to tell someone. I guess in some aspects this kind of goes with cutting toxic people out of your life. You want to tell someone who is going to be so supportive. Like someone who just like wants this for you, like someone who's like, fuck yes, bitch, like you're gonna lose this weight and you're gonna look hot AF. It's kind of funny that I'm telling you this because I actually never told anyone that I wanted to lose weight. I was really embarrassed at the thought of failing. Wait. I should explain this more thoroughly. Obviously, people knew I was trying to lose weight because I was going to the gym and I was losing weight. Like, it was visible that I was losing weight, but I never actually went to someone and said, this is my goal, I want to lose this much weight, which I feel like if I did that, it would have been, easier for me to be open about my weight loss, because at the beginning, I did not want to talk about it at all. I was really embarrassed, so I didn't really talk about it publicly. However, and this is advice for anyone who has those type of hesitations, what I did was I created my Instagram account, and the Instagram account was like the best idea I had, in my opinion, throughout my entire weight loss journey, because there's just something so very special about the weight loss community on Instagram. If I had a bad week, people would comment on my photos and be like, don't worry, it's just a bad week, you're gonna be fine. If I had a good week, people were like, hell yeah, I'm rooting for you, you're doing fucking awesome. And that type of support that I wasn't getting in my personal life, not because I don't think my friends would have given it to me, but because I didn't seek it, like that type of support is what kept me going. When I created my account, I didn't tell anyone, like at all. Not a single person knew about my Instagram account, and they did not know until around June, until my first friend, Kara, she found it. And then she messaged me and she was like, what the fuck, you didn't tell me. Oops. Slowly more people kept finding them because I started being reposted on like the transformation pages. And then eventually in December I put a transformation photo on my personal Instagram, so not my weight loss Instagram, and I was like, surprise, like I have this weight loss Instagram, and it's just great to see like, you know, my personal friends into this shit, and it's like nice. Final tip. Tip number 7. Final tip. Okay, so the final tip is to do it for yourself. This tip is a bit contradictory to the one I just said about telling someone, but I mean, it's not. So when I say tell someone about your journey, I do think that is beneficial, and I do think that can act as like a motivating tool. However, at the end of the day, you have to get in the mindset that you are doing this for yourself. You are not doing this as a method of revenge. You are not doing this to prove someone wrong. You are not doing this to make someone jealous. Or honestly, just you are not doing this for anyone but yourself. And that's what you really need to prioritize in this journey, because it is so easy to give up on other people. It is so easy to give up on how other people perceive you. But it is much, much harder to give up on yourself. And I know this sounds cheesy as fuck, and I'm going off about it, but it is so true. When you prioritize yourself, when you place yourself in a position of importance and value, you are going to stay motivated. That's what I did. I was like, you know what? I'm losing weight, but at the end of the day, this weight loss is for me. Like, yeah, I'm sure I will more adequately like fulfill the societal role of beauty, whatever. At the end of the day, that shit doesn't matter. What matters is that I can walk up a flight of stairs without wanting to kill myself or feeling like I want to die. So yeah, those are all of my tips to stay motivated in weight loss. I hope it was helpful. I mean, I feel like some of the shit I say is not helpful and I'm just rambling. But I mean, a lot of people ask me to talk about this. I'm not a professional. The only advice I can offer is stuff that I've experienced myself. So hopefully this helped you to some extent. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching my video. Please request any other video ideas down below. I do want to make more videos. I really need help with topics. I have one video I have already filmed, but I just look so ratchet. Please give me any ideas you may have. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for all your lovely comments that you always leave me. So freaking nice. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm speaking to your soul.